Alright guys, in the last video we went ahead and set up our core app component for Angular. Now we're going to create the bookmarks list component. We're going to move this table to that. So in the client folder we're going to create another folder called components, and inside there we'll have a folder called bookmarks-list, and that's going to have two files, bookmarks-list.ts and also bookmarks-list.html. Alright, now let's copy what we have in app.ts, and I'm pretty sure we don't need this module ID here because of the way we're importing the template, so we can actually get rid of that. And then I'm going to copy everything here and paste it in the bookmarks list. And we don't need the zone here. We also don't need bootstrap. And we can get rid of this line. And let's see. Let's change this right here to bookmarks-list HTML. And don't mind these errors. I'm not exactly sure what duplicate identifier template. I don't know. We'll just leave that for now. And then the selector, we'll say bookmarks-list. And let's see. Down here, we'll leave that webmarks. We're going to change that to bookmarks list. And we'll save that. And then let's go to app HTML, and we're going to grab this table, the whole table, and cut it. And we're going to replace it with bookmarks-list. Save that, and then we're going to paste this in bookmarks list HTML and save. Alright, so that's not going to work yet. Then what we need to do is, let's see. Now this right here, this class, we need to export this. Let's say export class bookmarks list. And we also need to import it into our app.ts file. Alright, so let's go up here and say import bookmarks list, and that's going to be from, let's say, /components / bookmarks-list /bookmarks-list. Alright, and then let's go down here and add it as a directive. Okay, so we'll say bookmarks list, and we'll save that. And now you can see that we have our table back. Alright, good. Now what I want to do, before we pull data from and we start working with MongoDB, I want to just create kind of a local object or a local array of bookmarks. Alright, so we want to be in the bookmarks list TS file, and let's go up at the top here. We'll go right here and let's say bookmarks, which will be an array of objects. Alright, and then in the constructor, what we can do is say this dot bookmarks, set that to an array. Alright, and we'll say title, URL, and we're actually going to put quotes around this as well. And category. Okay, and I'm just going to copy that No, we'll just fill this in first. So this one will be webmark1 URL. We'll just say test.com. Category, we'll say web design. Alright, and then let's go ahead and copy this. Paste it in 2 more times. This will be webmark 2 and 3. And then we'll just change this. Let's say SEO. And let's say social networks. Alright. Save that. And then let's go into our bookmarks list HTML. And we're going to just keep one of these table rows. Get rid of the other 2. And what we want to do is add an ng4 right here. So star ng4. And in here we're going to say let bookmark of bookmarks. And then we'll replace this with bookmark dot title. Okay, this one will be the URL. And this will be the category. And let's save that. Okay, so that should reload. And now you can see that these are coming from the object that we created in the bookmarks list component. Now that's great, but we're not going to want to just store them locally in the file. We're going to want to work with Meteor and MongoDB. So what we have to do is create a collection. So in our folder structure here, let's create a new folder and we'll call this collections. And then inside there we're going to have a file and we're going to call this bookmarks.ts. Alright, so we need to import Mongo, and that's going to be from Meteor/Mongo. Now we need to create a new collection called bookmarks, so we'll say export let bookmarks, and we're going to set it to new mongo.collection, and then we'll pass in the name of the collection, which is going to be bookmarks. Alright, I'm not sure why that red line's there, but we'll look into that if we get any errors. Now, normally for Angular to interact with Meteor and Mongo and do what we need it to do, we'd have to set up all kinds of providers manually. But there's actually a custom bootstrap that we can use to make that a little easier. So let's go ahead and save this file, and then we're going to go back into the command line and stop the server. Alright, and we're going to install this, and we're going to say Meteor npm install. It's going to be Angular 2 Meteor auto bootstrap, and we want to just add the save at the end. Now we're going to go to app.ts, and we're going to go to where we included the bootstrap right here, and we're going to change it. Okay, so we want to import bootstrap from Angular 2 Meteor auto bootstrap. Alright. And we also want to bring in the bookmarks collection. So right here, let's say import bookmarks, and that's going to be from /collections/ slash bookmarks. Alright, and that's giving us an error. I think that's due to, yeah, we need to make this uppercase B and save. Alright. Now we're also going to want to import Mongo here. Okay, so that'll be from meteor slash Mongo. I don't know why that's giving us an error. I don't know why I can't find it. So let's save that, and then we're going to go to bookmarks list.ts, and we're going to want the collection and Mongo in here as well. So let's copy from app.ts these two lines, paste that in, and then down here, instead of having this embedded right in the file, we want it to come from Mongo. So for this right here, let's change this from array to mongo.cursor object, and down here let's get rid of this, and we're gonna put bookmarks.find and save that. Alright, and let's see if we can run the server. Alright, so let's go back to localhost 3000. Alright, so cannot find module collections bookmarks. Let's see. Okay, and the reason for that is because now we're in the bookmarks list folder, so we have to actually go out of that twice, like actually 3 times. Okay, because we're in bookmarks list, we want to go out into this one, and then out to client, and then out to the root. So that should fix that. Alright, so we're not seeing anything here, which is fine, because we actually don't have anything in our database. So what I can do is open up a Mongo shell and insert a record through there. So I'm going to open up another command line while that's still running. And then I'm going to navigate to that folder, which for me is in projects. What is it? Projects slash webmarks. All right. So from here, we're going to run Meteor Mongo. Okay, so now we're inside of the Mongo shell, or the Mongo console. Now to do an insert, we should be able to say db dot the collection, which is bookmarks, dot insert, and then in here we're going to put an object. Let's say title. Title will be webmark1, and let's do the URL. We'll say http test.com, and then let's do, we want to do category, which will be web design. Alright, so let's go ahead and run that. What do we need? A semicolon? Alright, not sure what just happened there. Let's go back in. Meteor Mongo. And I gotta retype it. db bookmarks.insert. Make sure we put a semicolon at the end. I think that was the issue. So title, webmark 1, and URL. Category, web design, enter, and there we go. Oh, you can see it just popped up. So we don't even have to reload it. Let's go ahead and add one more. We'll change this to social networks. Change this to facebook.com. And we'll just change the title to Facebook. And there it is. All right, so we can now read our data from the MongoDB database and display it in the application. In the next video, I want to make it so that we can add bookmarks through the application, because obviously we don't want to have to come in the shell and do it. So we're going to get to that next.